Welcome back to this week's video. Today I want to talk about the Charlotte Tilbury Foundation, mascara, and concealer. I also pre-recorded this video once before using a moisturizer, which didn't work out, so I had to re-record everything. I will explain everything through the video, but we are going to get into review on this foundation and see if it's mature skin savvy. If you're interested in seeing if it is, then please keep on watching. I tried to do a Charlotte Tilbury Foundation review the other day and had a reaction, so I'm not sure what the reaction was. So today, right now, I am going to put just the foundation on and just see if it was foundation or if it was the moisturizer, because if I use a moisturizer that's full of chemicals, my eyes just turn bright red. And that's what happened. So the moisturizer that I'm actually going to use today, I have been using Clarins double serum for a very long time, and I do love it, and I do plan to get some more on payday. But I thought I'd try this one. This is the Intensive Moisture Cleansing Bi-Phase Serum from Clarins. So I'm going to give that one a go there today and just see how this feel. Ooh. Oh, okay, this one is very watery. Okay, so this one is the multi-active. This is the multi-active. Now I got a small sample pack given to me when I bought some stuff at Clarins. I loved it so much that I decided to get the big one. So that's that. I don't know again how much it is. I will find that price for you down below, but I had to get myself some of this moisturizer. It just feels so good. So for my first Charlotte Tilbury, I don't know why I keep wanting to say Tilbury. Charlotte Tilbury product. I bought the Airbrush Flawless Foundation. So that is this one here. I don't normally buy anything from Charlotte Tilbury because the price range for some of her makeup is extremely high. I can't afford to buy that type of makeup at that price. I'm a ColourPop type of buyer. I do have some Jeffree Star and I do have some Anastasia Beverly Hills, but I find Charlotte Tilbury to be super expensive when it comes to makeup. But her foundation, which I was pleasantly surprised, was ranged about the same price as like Uoma, the one that I have. That one was 51 or 53, I can't remember, but it was in that price range. This one is the same price range, so I was kind of shocked because I thought, you know, I expected this to be super, super high, and it wasn't, so I was shocked. Pleasantly shocked, but shocked. I had the flu the last few days, so I've been a little bit not well. I've been resting lots. I'm just putting it on with my finger. This is a full coverage foundation and I want it to look as natural as possible. I don't use brushes at all for foundation application. They really do age my skin. Like they age my skin so bad. And I have a lot of beautiful brushes I wish I could use, can't use. And I'm just waiting to see if I have a reaction, because the other day I had a reaction, and I've never had a reaction to foundation before. I've had a reaction to skincare products like moisturizers and that type of thing. You know, you go into the mall and you see those kiosks and they run after you as you're walking through the mall and they want you to buy this and that. And by the time you walked out of there, you've spent over $300 on moisturizer that you can't use. That was my problem. I got smart after that because he reeled us in. It was terrible. I haven't slept all that great over the last couple of days because I was sick. You know, when you get stuffy, you just can't sleep that well. Yeah, that was me. Like this actually might be a little bit too yellow for me. So that is one layer of the Charlotte Tilbury, the Airbrush Flawless Foundation, and you can see it actually covered up really good. And close up, this is a really nice foundation for aged skin. Like I'm telling you, it's hard to tell that I'm actually wearing foundation. So this is as far as I personally would go to applying my foundation. I wouldn't put any more foundation on my face. I mean, if I really needed to put any more on, it would be right in this area. But actually, this foundation is covered, you know, that type of thing, really good. I don't mind a little bit showing through. I don't want to be, you know, cakey, but even, if that makes any sense. I'd rather be, you know, a little few things showing through and non-cakey makeup. That's just the way I am. I want the best of both worlds, so I like to kind of sit in the middle with my foundation and with the imperfections I have on my face. That's just the way I am. It just looks more natural. All right. So far, no reaction. So I'm thinking it might be the moisturizer. All right, so the next thing I bought was the liquid concealer from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the applicator. Now I'm not really, let me see if I can show you a little bit better. So this is the applicator here. Unfortunately, I don't really like this applicator. I'll tell you why, because you got to sit here and push it all up into there, which is fine. But for somebody like me, like I need to have, see what I have to do, because I don't like applying my concealer with a type of applicator like this. So I've got to squeeze it out of that applicator and onto my finger. And then of course when I put the lid back on, it's going to be a bit of a mess. Yeah. And I find this concealer is very orangey, but it's something that covers really well for mature skin. Like it does cover really well. I think I should have actually put it underneath my foundation, but that's okay. I got a little bit too much product here. I had to squeeze it off that applicator. So that's the only thing I don't really like about the concealer is the applicator. I hope that they change that, because it's like, no, I don't like that. So as you can see, it's covering really well my imperfections. This side is a side I always have trouble with. This side seems to just be worse. The shadows on this side are horrible. But I mean, you learn to live with what you got, and you learn to deal with what you got, right? So I'm pretty much putting it all over my eyelid, because I find it is a little tacky for a while, so that's okay with me. The foundation is actually, it feels really good. For the concealer, like I said, it's a little bit on the orange side, so probably best to put it under the foundation work that you're going to do instead of over top of it, because I do like the orange tint. I find it covers, you know, around my dark circles really well. So this will be a concealer that I will wear all the time. I just don't like the applicator. I really don't like it. I find that I'm probably going to waste a lot more product than I really have to, because I have to push this up so much, get a little bit of the product out, and what's going to happen to the other bit of the product that's sitting on this, that's sitting on that? Is it going to dry up? I don't know, but I've already got a big mess in my lid, so like in the lid here, it's all squishing on that, unfortunately. So I think it's going to be kind of a waste. It's a good idea, just not for me. It's just not for me. But the product, like the concealer itself, is nice. So that is the foundation concealer done. I do like this foundation. again, with the, because it's a full coverage foundation, I find that lately I just want to put on the full coverage foundation with my fingers, not with a beauty blender and not with a brush. It just adds too much texture to my skin. Okay, I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to do the rest of my face up, and I will be right back. All right, you guys, here is the finished look. I did the rest of my makeup. I forgot to actually put on my full fat lashes for you. This is the full fat lashes here. This is just a sample pack that I got with the set that I bought from Charlotte Tilbury, and I'm telling you, I actually like this I like this mascara. Did I say foundation? This is the applicator. Now, the only thing I don't like about this mascara is the applicator. I have such tiny eyes, like in this area, that every time I put mascara on, it just gets into, like, it touches my lid, it touches in here, and I usually make a mess. So I did kind of make a little bit of a mess. I cleaned it up, but it doesn't break off, it doesn't flake off, there's nothing going on under my eyes. This is 2 layers, and then I just put a little bit on the edge. Now, remember that I don't have a lot of lash to actually speak of, so I think this mascara is actually doing a pretty good job. Yeah. For the foundation, I am really super impressed. This is really nice foundation for mature skin. I put it on with my fingers, so if you're to put it on with a beauty blender or brush, you'll probably find some texture. So putting it on with my fingers has actually, it's amazing. Like, it sits beautifully. It's very soft. I don't know that it's even on my skin. There's like almost no texture to this foundation. Like, you can't see, there is no creasing under my eyes whatsoever. And I'm texting my mother. So I am super, super happy with this foundation. If you have mature skin like I do, and you know, those fine lines showing up around your eyes and of course around here, you are going to be so happy with this foundation. And I only used the 1 drop. I didn't use anything else. I didn't add anything. That was 1 layer. This is all just 1 layer of foundation. So somebody with younger skin, you could probably layer it on quite a bit more. For me, with my mature skin, this is as far as I'd go, and I'm really happy with the way that it looks. If you like a full coverage foundation that looks more natural on skin, this is definitely the one for you. Beautiful, beautiful, love it. So in the kit that I had bought, it actually came with the Charlotte's Magic Cream Instant Turnaround Moisturizer. I had to refilm this whole thing because when I used this, I don't know what happened, but my eyes just went bright red. It was terrible. I looked like I was having well, I guess I was having an allergic reaction. So this one is unfortunately a pass for me. Just me, though. I'm just saying for me. For the concealer, I really did like the concealer. The only thing I don't like is that I don't like the applicator. This applicator, I don't like it. I prefer a doe foot applicator, or even, because like on my, I'll show you, on my L'Oreal True Match, as you can see, it has a little paintbrush. And the reason why I like the paintbrush idea is because you don't waste any product putting it on. You can take a little bit, you can dab it where you need it, put the rest in, there's no mess, you know, all the rest of the product goes back in that tube, and you don't waste any of your product. This one here, the Tarte Shape Tape, okay, this one I like as well, and this one is a doe foot applicator. I mean, it has a big doe foot applicator, that's big, but again, you can just put on just what you need, you know, the rest goes in there, and you don't waste any of your product. With this one here, like, I've already got a mess inside the, like, I'll even show you. So that's the product there, it's gone into the cap. So do I gotta dig through the cap to get the product that I need to put on my eyes? Oh, I don't really like that idea. So this is not really my thing. I love the product inside. The concealer, amazing. The applicator, not so much. So that is it for my review on the Charlotte Tilbury Foundation. Yes, it is mature skin savvy, so yeah. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here now. It's actually nice and warm. I'm going to get out there and enjoy the rest of my evening. You guys enjoy the rest of your evening. Hopefully, I will see you for next week's video. Bye.